guys, and welcome back to another video. Not a cheat day, but a menu video. So I went to Starbucks recently for a coffee and I saw that most of the items from American Starbucks I never had. So I was like, you know what? I gotta try out their menu. And I went ahead and ordered what I thought was a lot of food, like pretty much from every section, almost everything they had at the Starbucks here. Turns out it wasn't that much food after all, but I'll walk you through this. We have egg bites, we have a bagel with no cream cheese, even though I paid for cream cheese, so this is going to be very dry. Biscuit, a roll, muffin, scone, a donut that actually Nick got for Valentine's Day for me, a croissant, another croissant, oatmeal, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and of course, some cake pops. And I wanted to do this kind of story time style and tell you a story, what happened to me, and hope to make this interesting. I also have a white chocolate frappuccino, but I think there's caramel in it. And I didn't want caramel. No, it's actually pretty good. I was tripping. I'm gonna rate everything too and tell you how it is. I would say I'll start with the warm stuff. I'm going ahead with this biscuit. It looked better on the website. And then I'm gonna start telling you a story and I hope you think it's interesting. So, it's actually pretty good. The biscuit and sausage go really well together. So, the story I'm going to tell you, I don't know why I always tell you stories like this, is about me being hospitalized. I want to give this an 8 out of 10. It was actually pretty good. So, being hospitalized. So it was some time ago. We were in Connecticut for a family event and we didn't have, like, we were doing stuff all day, running around, and we were pretty hungry in the evening. This is a ham and cheese croissant. It was actually really good. So we were in a hotel and at 4 we're like, we're super hungry, we want to go eat something. And we were in a really, I want to say, remote area of Connecticut. There weren't many places. So we went to this buffet in the evening and it looked very filthy. And we're like, oh my God, we could potentially get sick here. So we ate, we were satisfied to, you know, the best of this restaurant's ability. And then we went home and nothing happened. We're like, oh, like honestly, I thought I'm gonna become sick, but everything went well. Next day, same scenario. We had to do a lot of stuff, didn't get to eat, and we wanted to go to a different kind of buffet. So that's what we did. I wanna have one of these bacon egg bites. Oh. They're kind of sour. Okay, real quick, these egg bites are 4 out of 10. They're very sour, the bacon doesn't save it, it's weird. The egg bites are really good, these are not so much. 4 out of 10 and the croissant was 7.5 out of 10. Anyways, I'm gonna prep my oatmeal with some seeds and some honey and blueberries. And we're going to this other buffet because we didn't want to risk, you know, to get sick. And it looked better. It had more guests there, so I thought it was a good sign. So we go eat there. The food is pretty, whatever, you know, better than the first time. we get home, it's like around, I want to say 7, and we're done for the day. So we're in bed and watching some TV, and then around like 9, I start to feel really unwell, like really unwell. So like I'm to this point, like I'm sorry that I always tell that when I'm eating, to the point where I have to go to the bathroom to throw up. So I do that, you know, and sometimes it gets better and you're like relieved when you do that, but it didn't. So it was a weird thing because I haven't eaten that much at the buffet, and everything else I had eaten was already like pretty much gone. After everything was out, it was just water, right? Oh, I gotta show you this. I'm sorry, this story is not very suitable, but this looks really good. But yeah, so let me try this real quick. It is pretty good, but I'm gonna save this for later. Anyways, so I'm at this point only like spitting up a little bit of like gallbladder liquid or whatever you have in your stomach, and I'm not feeling well. So I go back to, I went back to bed, started to feel well, then suddenly this feeling of unwellness was rising, and you know, sometimes it's not coming by itself, and sometimes it urges you, because if you don't go somewhere properly, you will throw up on the floor or wherever you are. This one is I don't know what, but it looks kind of good with bacon, egg, and cheese. This has, I think, honey on it or something. So, oh, this is an 8 out of 10. It has some sweetness to it. I really like this one. So, I'm running back and forth between bed and bathroom, and nothing is coming out. It's just dry heaving. So at one point, at 2 a.m., Nate told me like, why don't you just stop? Like, if nothing is coming, why don't you just stop? I'm like, I can't. Like, it literally forces me to go sit over the toilet or hunch over the toilet. So he's like, I had enough. I'm gonna take you to the hospital. So I grabbed the hotel trash can and held onto it with my dear life. And we went into the car, and Nate was trying to find the hospital. Well, he found it. Sometimes he had to stop. I had to open the door so I could hunch over better. And then he had trouble finding the emergency room. So he finally did, but he had to go find parking. We'll make a dent in this real quick. Anyways, so we find the ER, there's no parking around. So Nate has to drive somewhere to find parking while I go to the counter and explain to them what's happening to me. So all super nice, asking me to fill that form out, asking me a couple of questions. I'm like standing there hanging over the counter, explaining to them, I'm like, hold on a second. I had to go back to the waiting area to my trash can real quick before I was able to keep talking to them. And then, like, literally only a couple minutes later, I was escorted into a room and lay down, and I think they drew blood and gave me an infusion, and I hate needles. I was so not looking forward to this. Oh, and I had to look away. I was so weird feeling. Let's get into this almond croissant. I have a thing for almond croissants. I don't know. So dense. It's a little bit dense today. So I laid down. This one is today is 7. I laid down. They came with the needles, so I'm like, I can't look, because usually I almost faint when I have like blood drawn. I don't know why. I think it's a psychological thing. Anyways, I laid down and they put it in me. I couldn't look. I didn't look the whole time. Nate was sitting on a chair. He's so cute. He sat there the whole night, really. And they gave me something else. I was laying there. It was really cold. And I didn't want to like move my arm, or like it had a weird feeling in my arm because of the needle, I think. And I was just laying there trying to sleep, but I remember, hold on, I gotta try this scone for you guys. It's a blueberry scone. It's not bad, but it's a little dry. And this one was not bad, 7.5, a little dry. I think aren't you supposed to put butter on scones? I don't know. Anyways, I remember laying there and just looking at the dripping of the infusion. Is infusion the right word? Because it's the right word in German, but I don't know if that's the right word, but you know, where they have liquid going into your body to hydrate you and to put like electrolytes in it and stuff like that. Let me warm up this bagel real quick. All right, that's better. I'm gonna put butter on it. Anyways, so I looked at it, and with every drop, I was feeling a little bit better. Like every drop was such a relief for me and such a betterment to how I felt before. It was amazing, honestly. And I was just thanking medicine at that point because I was feeling so miserable. Like, it's not a pain, but it's the worst. Like, feeling sick, I think, is one of the worst feelings that you can have. And Nate was just sitting on a chair, passed out, and I felt so bad for him because he had to sit there, no blanket. He fell asleep. I just opened my eyes sometimes, looking at him. And yeah, at 5 a.m. in the morning, we were released because the thing was empty. I was feeling so much better. We both had almost no sleep. And we were going to New York the same day and walked 20,000 steps. Very unreasonable, but the doctors told me I had some sort of virus. I thought I had food poisoning, but that wasn't consistent with food poisoning, like the way it didn't get better when I threw up. This is an everything bagel with cream cheese that is not on there. So yeah, this bagel, by the way, with butter is pretty good. I like the everything bagel. I don't ever think I had a proper everything bagel. And I'm not saying Starbucks is proper, but this tastes pretty good. I want to give this an 8 out of 10. So Nate and I drove back to the hotel, and he got a sticker on the shirt saying visitor, and that is on my carry-on suitcase to remind us of that trip. And yeah, the next 2 days we spent in New York City trying some awesome food, walking around Soho. It was amazing. Just one quick session at the ER, and yeah, I don't know what would have happened if we didn't go, because I was feeling horrible. Next up, blueberry muffin from Starbucks in the US is probably one of the best. Oh. It's focusing on this face right here. Oh, that took forever to focus. But this is so good. This gets a 9 out of 10. It's so light and fluffy and the sugar is so crunchy on top. Yeah, 9 out of 10. I love this. Very good. I'm almost done with everything. I have this one. This is so cute. Nate got me 2 donuts yesterday for Valentine's Day that he knew I was going to eat today. So this is a pecan mini bun or something, a cinnamon roll. I'll just show you. Oh my god, this is the nicest thing. The cinnamon and the caramel on top doesn't taste artificial. I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. This is so good. I love this thing. So rich in cinnamon flavor. But yeah, this was the first time in 4 years of being hospitalized. The last time I was hospitalized was in South Africa for the same reason. And last but not least, we cannot forget our cake pops. This is birthday cake. It's taking forever to focus. There we go. I love this. Cake pops are one of my favorite things from Starbucks. They're so good. And I gotta close another one, which is cookie dough. I think this is my favorite. Wow. By the way, guys, I have very interesting content coming out. Next week, my friend who's a bodybuilder and IFBB pro, she will do a leg day with me that I'm gonna film, which is gonna be simple exercises that are gonna toast your legs. Also, I have a dietitian react to my cheat day videos and to my what I eat in a day, and walks over things I could do better or things that are fine in my diet. I'm really excited for this one. And then have a personal trainer and nutritionist that will answer me general questions. So if you have some input, message me on Instagram or Facebook. And yeah, these videos should come out in the next 4 weeks within, yeah. Also, cheat days will return when I have a short semester break. Right now it's just too much. But that was my Starbucks menu feast story time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content, and thank you guys so much for your messages on Instagram. I really try to read every single one, and I so appreciate your support. You guys are amazing. I hope you had a great Valentine's Day, and stay tuned for the content. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.